Claim Your Fame radio show.
All right. All right. Welcome back. And you know what? We are so excited that you have joined us today. And in the studio, we're excited to have our author, Latezes Bridges.
Hey.
Yes. Welcome, Ms. Bridges. And listen, the title of her book is Single Wives. Now, when I saw the title, I'm like, Now, that sounds like a riddle or a conundrum. What is Single Wives all about?
You know what? It is a bit of a conundrum. But Single Wives is all about the position of being prepared. And the premise is that a wife is something that just doesn't happen when you get married, when you walk down that aisle. Okay. You don't just become a wife, right?
Mindset.
Mind, body, and soul. You prepare to be a wife in your singleness. Okay. So this is what this book is all about.
I love it.
Okay. Excellent. You know, we had a forum at the salon, and you were the facilitator of that forum, and it was on Single Wives, the book. And what I like about it is when they see the title of the book, they really think, I'm married and I'm single.
Right.
But that has nothing to do with it at all.
No, not really. And I get that a lot. We touch on the fact, that sometimes in relationships you might not feel connected to your mate, but this book actually helps to facilitate growth between marriages. So sometimes I hear, that means that you're a single person and you're manifesting by yourself. You don't need nobody. No, this is the opposite. You need your mate. We want healthy relationships, and it's all about starting in your singlehood.
Okay. Now, my opinion about the book, okay?
Yeah.
I think the book is great.
Thank
it's
you.
a great idea, and the title, Single Wives, puts the icing on the cake. But, a woman has to know how to be a wife, and back in the day, it started back in the day with the mothers raising their daughters, okay? This is how you're supposed to sit in a dress. This is how you're supposed to cook. But all that is gone now.
Right.
Is it gone? It's gone.
I think so.
It's gone. So with your book, it's teaching women, okay, this is the way you're supposed to be as a wife. Now, my aunt, bless her soul, she's gone now. She would be in the church telling the young kids, look, you don't do that. This is the way you're supposed to talk to your man. You're supposed to do this for your man. They don't have that anymore.
Right. And I think it's so important for us as the body of Christ, as women of God, to address this very strategically. What does a wife look like? And the Bible outlines this for all of us, and we look for answers everywhere else besides the maker of marriage. He's the manufacturer of marriage, right?
Exactly.
And if we go back to the source, we'll find out how to do it. What does a wife look like? What is her job description? That's what I call them in the book, because the office of a wife is responsibility. It is work, and it is a job.
It's a job.
It's a job.
Yeah, and you know what? You're talking about description in the Bible when you go to Proverbs 31.
Yeah.
Now, that woman got up.
Okay.
And she just didn't get up and made biscuits. No, she went out to the vineyard, and not only did she do that, she had several different businesses.
She did.
So she was.
Entrepreneur.
So you're talking entrepreneur. So you're talking about being responsible.
Yes.
And so that's what, as a wife, should be. We should think, okay, my man, he has a job, but while he's working, we are thinking other ways to bring income.
Absolutely.
To make the house more beautiful, to make the kids do things.
Honey,
And so it's a job. It is a job being a wife. I've been a wife for quite some years, and it is a job.
Yes.
And it's not always easy.
No.
But you have to give your time. If you still away to God, He is the one that can bring all these answers to you, to God. And I used to ask, God, how should I do this?
Right.
Even cooking.
Right.
Somebody here love my cooking, but you know what?
Yeah, because you cook with a whole bunch of love. That's a bunch of love right there.
That's what's in the secret can. That's the secret can. Just a lot of love.
Yeah.
But I actually sought God on how to make this.
Right.
What should I do? Should I need more black pepper? I mean, that sounds so simple, but it's true.
You know, it's real, because when we're talking in this book, Single Wives, about preparing in your singleness, this is a time where you actually have solitude with God. He can talk to you. He can instruct you. He can lead you. He can guide you. And He can give you insight before you get into that relationship on what should I be doing for my mate? How can I be in tune spiritually with Him? And those are the answers that we need. We can prevent lots of the issues that happen by seeking God to deal with our partners.
Yes. And
sorry about that. You know, our subject is love yourself.
Yeah.
And in chapter 1 on the self-discovery, one of your subtitles is God turned my emotional baggage into blessings.
Yeah.
Can you expound a little bit on that for me?
Oh, my goodness. We all as women go through things. And, you know, sometimes as single ladies, we are anxious and depressed and oppressed and feeling, you can just heavy. You want to be with somebody, right?
That's right.
But the thing is, any situation, even the time of singleness, in that time where you're feeling pressure, he can use those experiences and help you to testify to someone else. And by us pouring out, you know, we actually get something and grow and heal. Now, I meant in this book, I went through a tragic situation, a dysfunctional marriage, and by my experience and not being prepared for marriage, I experienced hurt, heartache, pain, trauma, and drama, and all the rest of that. But experiences are some of life's greatest teachers, and I don't recommend that you go through them. That's why I wrote this book. I want to prepare you and show you before, you know, what you need to be looking out for so you won't make those kinds of mistakes. But he turned that situation of heartache and pain and me making a mistake into a blessing. I was able to pour these words out to the women of God and teach them and show them from my own heart, my experiences, how God can use them to bless everybody. And I was healed through the process of writing this book. It's powerful.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, you say, I was going to ask you, were you married? So
Yes.
if you've been there, are you married now?
I am not married now. I was married for 5 years. I've been single wife for 4 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you have in your chapter for the lazy wives out there, their husbands out there working 12 hours and they come home and there's no meal? I mean, what's going on with that? Do you have a chapter for those lazy wives?
Yeah, Marriage 101.
Hold on now, because you know I work too now.
I'm talking about you, Cornelia.
No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about how that woman looked, her perspective. She says, well, he work and I work too. Why don't he cook? How do you handle that?
So answer my question first. Like these lazy wives out there that's not doing anything and losing their husband.
Well, I think the upper word, you said lazy wife,
Right.
is not doing anything. Well, Camille, you are a successful woman that works all the time.
But I'm not
5 or 6
talking
jobs.
about Camille.
But
I'm talking about that woman in general. That woman that says he working and I'm working. I'm tired.
Well, I think they should come together and work together as a team.
Right.
I mean, if she's working, pulling her weight, and he's working, pulling his weight, okay, now we come together and let's pull our weight together to handle this situation.
Okay.
Because we're out trying to make money. Now we both have.
Well, what you have to say about that, Latezes?
I mean, absolutely. There's a chapter actually called Marriage 101, and it gets to the basis of how you facilitate healthy communication with your mate. And really, every marriage, you guys create your contract, if you will. What you know what you have to do. He knows what he has to do. So what's going to help you? What's going to help you?
Right.
You know. So if you're working, he's working. Y'all got to come together to talk about. You know, well, maybe on Thursday we'll get Chinese.
Communication.
That's communication.
Communication.
Maybe eat cheese and crackers on Friday and watch movies. You know, it's all good.
Yeah,
all good.
Now we're talking about feeding, right? We're talking about feeding this natural man, and now we're going to start talking about feeding other folks. Well, no, I'm looking. I'm looking for. You have now. I want to know. You got preparation to meet his need. How does a single woman prepare to meet her future husband needs?
This deep, you ready for it?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. Get deep.
So you know that within the church, we really don't talk about sexuality, sensuality, and all that stuff. But the reality is that sex was created for marriage, right?
Exactly.
So if we're preparing for marriage, I'm abstinent. I've been abstinent for 4 years, but I do understand that I am beautiful, that I should look good, I should feel good, I should present myself every day.
Not feel good, but look good and feel sexy.
Okay, I'm trying to understand what you said before we we're gonna keep it real. We keep it real, 100. Okay, there it is. So she said it. Look sexy and feel that, because you are going to transition into a role of meeting the sexual needs of your partner.
Okay.
So you need to be there mentally, right? So you can't just shut that part of you off because you are single. I have dominion over my emotions, and I don't act on sexual urges, but I make sure that I present myself and I'm preparing for that job.
And I think sexiness, when I think of sexiness, I think of confidence.
Yes.
A woman that walks with confidence,
right.
and whatever she does in her life, she's confident in doing it. And so now if someone watching you and observing, they're going to consider that as, oh man, look at her, she got it together. So that's a form of sexiness.
It is.
It's not necessarily the body and all that other stuff. It's just being confident.
It comes from the inside. And really to have a great sexual relationship with your partner, you need to feel good about yourself. You need to feel good.
Now we talking. We cooking now.
And that goes back to our topic in loving yourself.
Yeah.
No matter what form that you're in, if you can exude, confident, their sexiness going to ooze it right on out.
Right on out. Right.
And we're back, and thank you for tuning in to the Claim Your Fame radio show. And our guest in the studio on this Gone with the Wind Fabulous Friday is author Latezes Bridges with her self-titled book, Single Wives. So, Dolores, you have a question for Miss Latezes?
I do. I'm looking at your seminars and your workshop and what you do. Now, how do you create dating standards?
It starts with understanding how important you are as a woman, how much you are valued, not only by God, but by the body of Christ, having self-confidence and understanding your worth. If you really understand your worth and love yourself, you will not allow any and everything into your life. So you're going to be screening the people who walk in and out, right? Everybody can't be in this circle, especially the person who you're looking to mate. And the reason for dating is actually preparation for marriage. You are interviewing, getting to know, becoming friends, for the purposes of marriage. So if you know how much you're worth, you love yourself, you are going to have high standards for the people who you elect to walk with you.
Wow. So tell me about this turning your house into a home. Preparing for your partner, getting that house together.
And that's literally and figuratively. In your singleness, that's the time where our house, this is our temple. The way we think is the way that we are. And the way that you think right now, if you're able to have dominion over your area, you have your things in order, you're organized, you are emotionally balanced. Understand what I'm saying? You can see the world from the proper perspective, an authoritative perspective, and you walk in victory and dominion. That's the way that you will operate in your home, because you are a helpmeet to your husband. You're going to add responsibilities to your life when you become married. Children, the responsibilities of those around you. So you got to have in check your life right now. You can't help somebody if you can't help yourself. Get your house together, ladies.
Get your house in order.
Now. Let me do a follow-up. During the break, we were talking about dating standards. And you're talking about creating these standards and knowing your worth. But what about women that leave an abusive relationship and end up finding the next marriage as an abusive relationship?
Well, the thing is, that's going to happen if you do not take the time to evaluate your life and what has been going on. I was a part of that kind of cycle. I looked at my life and I evaluated what was going on. There were destructive patterns of dating. There were patterns. And if you look back, you'll see, okay, this is happening 1, 2, 3. What's going on? But what we don't want to do is sit down and stop and say, you know what, right now I need to chill out for a second. I need to look at what's going on in my life, and I need to correct it. So I took off a year from dating after I transitioned from my divorce, and I had to prepare myself and heal before I interacted with anybody else, because I don't want to bring destruction to their life, but I want to be able to give off love and wholeness so I can attract love and wholeness, and it takes time to do that.
That's right.
Amen.
Yes, that's awesome. Yes. And what I liked about it, Latezes, is you said once you were divorced that you took off a year to concentrate on love and wholeness for yourself so that you can attract love and wholeness.
Yeah.
So that's so important. What, at this time, could you give the listeners your contact information on how they can contact you and order your book and all of that good stuff?
Absolutely. We're encouraging everybody to check out the Single Wives Book website, www.singlewivesbook.com. There you can connect to our Facebook page, our Twitter, and you can follow us on Twitter at Single Wives 2013. The Twitter account is at Single Wives 2013. We're posting on our Facebook page every day events, seminars, workshops, and we're in the community having a good time. Sipping Stays, talks with the ladies. All these things are going on in the Atlanta area and abroad. Connect with our Facebook page, Single Wives. Search us out. We would love to connect with you. We have prayer every week. Thursday evenings, 9 o'clock, I'm hosting Single Wives Session via conference call. If you connect with us on our Facebook page, you will get those numbers. And we're empowering, inspiring, and supporting our sisters through their singleness, also transitioning to be married wives.
Okay, we have some Single Wives. Single Wives. Yes. Once again, Latez, give them your information one more time.
And do you have any upcoming events where you're going to be? Make that announcement too.
Absolutely. Once again, the website where we are connecting everyone to our YouTube channels that have videos, Facebook, as well as Twitter, and we're listing seminars, workshops, is www.singlewivesbook.com. www.singlewivesbook.com. Follow us on Twitter at SingleWives2013. And yes, we have tons of upcoming events, and I can't possibly list them all, but I would love for them to connect to the Facebook page so that they can get those announcements every week.